Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, April the 9th, 2024. Tuesday, April the 9th, allergy day. I just took Sudafed before I did this recap, did my little asthma inhaler, got a little cough drop here. Look, life is real, right? These daily recaps are from a real person. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with what did I say was going to happen? Who does that? Michael and Willow are having a early anniversary dinner out. Okay. Nina's receptionist hostess tells her her daughter and son-in-law were reserved for dinner in the room and it said anniversary next to it. And Nina says their anniversary's early. Not yet. She says it said anniversary. So Nina has an expensive bottle of champagne sent over to the table and the whole 9 yards, right? She's gonna comp dinner, mind you. She planned, whatever they were gonna order, she ordered it for them. Oh, it was gonna be 5 courses of her choosing, right? And so she, the person, I think it was, I don't know if it was the hostess, but one of the waiters brings it over and they said compliments of Miss Reed. Because Michael's like, we didn't order that. And she goes, no, it's compliments of Miss Reed's. And Nina comes walking over, or Miss Corinthos, whatever they're calling her now. Maybe it's Corinthos. I am giving this to you. This is a gift from me for your anniversary. And I'm comping your dinner. It's going to be 5 courses and yada, yada, yada. Right? And Willow looked at her and said, Nina, I told you that I wanted space from you. I didn't want to have to deal with you. And I felt since it had been weeks since you tried to contact me that you were respecting my wishes. And Nina says, well, you came here. So I thought, Willow looked at her. She says, the Metro Court happens to be one of the best restaurants in town. It has always been one of my favorites. I'm not going to stop coming here. But no, Nina, this is not an open invitation for now you to interject yourself. And Michael may have said something, but it was Willow that put her in her place. Oh, well, I thought, I thought, I thought Tajika's no, but okay. So she takes the glasses and she takes the champagne and oh, she goes away. Nina goes running up to Drew's office. He was just getting ready to leave. He had called Carly to have Carly give Jason a message because remember, Jason didn't have a phone when he first came back. And he said, Carly said, I'll give you his number. And he said, no. Can you just give him a message? Special agent K, blah, blah, nothing, right? Carly's like, okay. And Drew says, Carly, look, be careful. You should stay away from Jason. You don't want to be around the trouble he's in. And Carly doesn't say nothing to Drew about it. And Drew just hangs up. Because Carly wasn't going to be like, oh, she's like, Drew, I could care less about you or your warnings. Me and Jason are joined at the hip. So screw you, Drew. Or look, I ain't screwing you anymore, Drew. So anyway, so Nina comes barging in, and he was getting ready to go, slung his jacket over his shoulder, ready to walk out. I was just downstairs. Willow and Michael were celebrating their anniversary. And I was just doing something nice. I was sending them an expensive bottle of champagne. I was copying their dinner. And Michael said no. And I thought, what a liar. What a delusional liar. Willow didn't seem like it, but she had to be on Michael. Wait, Willow wasn't opposed, but she felt she had to be on Michael's side. See, Nina is pathological and certifiable. 100%. Because it was Willow that shut her down. I need your help. He goes, whoa, what? I'm not getting in the middle of that. I need you to help me with Willow. I need you to, to run interference because if I could just get her alone away from Michael, she would. And Drew says, no, Willow has made her wishes pretty clear to you. She doesn't want anything to do with you, right? No, no. I'm just saying, look, all I'm asking for is a little compassion from you. And I'm thinking, why would she think it would be Drew that she could talk to? Where's Valentine? Right? She should be able to pick up the phone. He's still on speed dial for her. Right? Where's Ava? Well, she know where Ava's at, but she still could call Ava. They're still supposed to be friends. And so she goes, I just need you to help me with my daughter. You should understand what it feels like to be separated from their child. And Drew looked at her and I said, oh, now that put your foot in your mouth, girl. What? He says, yes, I do know. And it's because of you turning me into the SEC. And she looks at him, that's because you and Carly broke the law. Oh my goodness. The writing in this scene was so ridiculously unbelievable because of the anger broke the law. She has no remorse from keeping Drew from his family. She goes, and he goes, and you expect me to help you with you are just, delusional. And he's going to walk away. Nina turns and grabs him, like his arm, and her hands go across, of course, somehow through, just ripped, like his shirt wasn't even unbuttoned. She might as well have had her walk in the office and Drew was shirtless. Don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. And I thought, see, that's Nina. Now, when she's around Sonny, Sonny, Nina didn't even act that way with Valentine. But what makes her think she could man him? She didn't act that way around Franco. She is downright abusive to Drew. While I'm talking to you, and he goes, what is wrong with you? And she goes, oh, those Italian buttons, they're so strong, and goodness, where did they go? And he rips off his shirt and he's 8-packing it, right? Because look, that's more than 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 8-packing it. I said, oh my God, Cameron Matheson's bulking up, right? Or toning up. He takes it off and he throws the shirt at her. And she goes, did Carly ever tell you? You have a good looking body. Are you kidding me? But before they got to that, Nina tells him that he needs to help put Michael in his place. You see what she's doing? Willow's the one that shut her down. So what she now wants to do is go after who Willow loves. That's Nina. That's what she wants to do. How she could think that would ultimately work is beyond me. He goes, how could I help you with Michael? She said, put me on the board of Aurora. You put me on the board, then Michael will have to deal with me. Andrew said, why on earth would I do that? Right? And so then that's when Nina goes about, you haven't, you know, blah, blah, separated. And then that's when they get into their fight, right? And she goes, well, before that, she goes, because Carly would hate it. She would hate it that you put me on the board. Why would Carly hate it? Carly didn't care less, could care less when he brought it back to Crimson. And when she found out you put me on the board of Aurora, she would be coming around you again. She would be after you because she got to have every man in her life still at her beck and call. Every man. How would Drew putting Nina on the board do anything? He already works with her. He works with her at Crimson. So what? See, that's how stupid. And Drew, when he goes, she would want you back. But she would hate it that she would think you and I are friends now. And she wouldn't be able to stand it. And he's just, and that's when he goes, you're delusional. And that's when he starts to turn away and blah, blah, blah. So she looked and he goes, did she have back with, did Carly ever tell you you have a nice looking body? He tells her, you're only looking at half of it, or you've only seen half of it. And I said, who wrote that line for Drew? Those words would never come out of Drew Kane's mouth. That was so uncharacteristic. I don't know that any man on General Hospital would have said that line. Possibly back in the Johnny Sakara days, Johnny Sakara would have said that line happily, right? When it came out of Drew's mouth, I said, oh, Lord, what's happening? Right? And she goes, mm-hmm. And so she comes in closer and she goes, yeah, but you see men like you stand there. She's pretty much saying, you're taunting me, you know, yeah, or you're making passes at me, but you wouldn't know what to do if someone did something like this. So she starts unbuttoning her shirt. And Drew looks down and I said, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Gag me. And he says, oh, yeah. So he kind of kissed her, but he leaned back and she's like, see, I told you, you know, you don't have the guts or something about no action or whatever. And he says, a gentleman gives a lady a chance to say no. And I'm thinking, yeah, see, with Nina, you better give her a chance because she'll say you raped her. Yeah, Nina will. And matter of fact, Drew, because she goes, you didn't hear me say no. And I'm thinking that needed to be recorded. You can't trust Nina. What? So, oh, of course, oh, she's feeling those hard muscles because she's thinking, oh, Sonny ain't, he don't look or feel nothing like this. Valentine's skinny behind didn't look or feel nothing like that. Oh, Franco either, right? She don't know what to do with them muscles. So, of course, now they do the typical go over to the desk and sling the furniture off the desk. When I bet you there's a couch somewhere. You know, every office got a couch in soap operas. Bet you there's a couch somewhere there on Crimson. She could have, but we got to be on a hard desk. I just shook my head because there's no chemistry there. Right now, they're making Drew extremely out of character. And that is Nina, 100% character. That's not a good, oh, I just, like, Lord have mercy. Fast forwarded. I did. I just didn't even, I can't even tell you how far they showed them going down on the desk. I fast forwarded. I just, ugh. So anyway, that was those two. Now, Christina goes to Sonny's house. And you know who opens the door to her place? Ava. by Christina. She goes, "Hi, Ava. I'm here to see my dad." "Oh, well, it's late and now's not a good time. He's resting." Christina looked at Ava and she said, let me see. "That's okay. I'll wait." She comes through the door, takes her purse because it was crisscrossed her, and Ava looked at her. She walked in, and Sonny comes walking from the back with his suit on. "Who's that I hear? Is that one of my favorite daughters?" And Ava's just at the door. And she just kind of like, she closes it. See, I'm surprised Christina didn't say, "Dad, I'm sorry. I heard you're laying down," because he would have said, "Nah, I ain't laying down. I just went to the back for a minute." You know, because Ava said you're laying down. I would have busted her out. So she sits down and they're talking, they're getting caught up. And Ava says, "Would you like some water, Christina?" And she stops talking to Sonny and she looks up at Ava. "Yeah, water would be nice." So Ava gets her some water and pours Sonny this thick drink of alcohol. I was like, that's the hard stuff. Why is she pouring it like it's some, Arnold Palmer iced tea? Goodness. And Christina, when she gave Christina the water, and she goes, "Sonny," and she just, because she's on the back of the couch and she gives it to him, and Christina just looks at her like, huh. But one, they didn't even ask for a drink, and that's a whole lot of drink, right? See, I don't know everybody. I don't think Ava knows about the meds, but I don't know. That was a lot of alcohol. So Christina's talking, and the first thing she's out of her, "I had a run-in with Josh today, and Josh was talking all about you." And Sonny goes, "Christina, you shouldn't even be engaging with Jocelyn. Everybody knows how Jocelyn feels about me. Jocelyn is entitled to her own opinions, and don't get into it with her." See, Jocelyn better be happy Christina didn't overhear her talking about Dex joining the force, because she would have told Sonny right then and there. And then a hit would have been put out on Dex right then and there. Okay? But Jocelyn's big mouth. So there, she's talking about Blaze being the face of deception, and she was surprised when they walked into Nina's office, and Sonny goes, "Nina's office?" She goes, "Yeah, Nina's back at Crimson." And he goes, "Really? I did not know that." And mind you, Ava's eavesdropping. She's still in the room, but in the back by where you pour your drinks, she poured her a martini or whatever drink she's drinking. And her back is to Christina and Sonny, but she's there just listening to everything Christina's saying. She talked about Blaze and being hasn't come out yet, the whole 9 yards in front of Ava. See, watch. The invader, the gossip columnist, is going to write an article about Blaze being gay. And Ava's going to be the one to leak it. She would leak it because Christina brought up Nina. And he goes, Sonny's like, "You know what? I just can't figure out, why would Drew hire Nina? Why would he do that? He is up to something. Something ain't right. Something ain't right." And Ava says, "Not necessarily." And Christina looks like, "Girl, what you doing in our convo?" And so she goes, "Nina is a big girl, and Nina can take care of herself. I really don't think you need to worry about her, Sonny." So Christina was like, and he goes, "Yeah." She goes, "With that being said, you know what? It's getting late. I gotta go." That's what Christina, "I gotta go." And so I thought, you know what Christina's gonna do? Watch. I hope they write that this way. She's gonna go to Nina's office now, except for guess what? That wouldn't work because Nina's in Drew's office. Christina wouldn't know to go to Drew's office. So no, they're not going to write that way. But Christina needed to walk in on Drew and Nina and be like, oh, wait a minute. You absolutely are not the one for my father. That's exactly what that would have happened. I mean, what would have happened there. So now we have, let's see what else went on. Um, Kate's. Okay. Michael, not Michael. Jason wants Diane to meet him at, that the coffee warehouse. He had her meet her there. She goes, ooh, this ain't that good a neighborhood. Thank you for meeting me in the parking lot, walking me in. He goes, oh, no problem. So she goes, well, why did you want to change the venue here? He said, because this is my office now. I own half of Corinthos Coffee business. And this is now my office, right? And Diane's like, ooh. So then they were talking about his estate and how his assets got held up because, first you got to be declared dead. This Jesus goes, everything's still in probate. Nothing got disseminated to his kids at all. So no wonder Elizabeth didn't have any more extra money. Wow. I was saying Jason should have left Elizabeth a lot of money. That's why. That's why. And so she says, yeah, and then for some reason, a certificate of death was issued very quickly. But then she goes, the next phase is what's been kind of held up. She goes, but Jason, that could take years. And normally, she goes, when stuff goes to probate, it could take years. And he says, why did it go to probate? System should have been in place for that not to happen. She said, well, Jason, due to the allegations of racketeering and where the money could have came from, that's why. She says, any other case, no, it wouldn't. Because everything is set. He says, but we all know this is legitimate money in there. She goes, oh, we know it, but the powers that be don't know. So that's why they were scrutinizing it like a fine-tooth comb. She says, especially when they didn't find a body. She said, but you know what? That works in your favor. Nothing has been paid out. Nothing has been touched. I already started the paperwork of getting your assets returned to you, and they'll be returned to you seamlessly. So anyway, he goes, okay. And then he says, well, what happened to Carly? Why is Carly at Bobby's? And then she told him about Sonny and getting with Nina and how Nina has the Metrica, blah, 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 the insider trading. And so he was like, oh, man. And she goes, but you know what, Jason? Bobby gave Carly Bob Kelly's so Carly could get on her feet because Carly had a fine for those SEC charges, $5 million. He said, and she paid it. He goes, absolutely. She goes, her house was in question and jeopardy for a while, but Carly is resilient. She came up with that 5 million. And she is getting right back up on her feet. And he goes, okay. He goes, last card. So anyway, as Diane's getting ready to leave, Jason tells her, Diane, I got one more thing I need you to do for me. She goes, what? Because I need you to go to Sonny and I need you to tell him that I am taking my half of the business. And I need you to tell him that this here is my office. And she says, whoop, whoop, okay. So Diane does, she goes over. And now Sonny's already finished that big old drink. And he goes, what are you doing here, Diane? It's late. She goes, oh, I'm here on behalf of another client, Jason. He wants me to tell you that he's taking half of Brenthos Coffee business and he is going to be using the coffee warehouse as his base of operations. He's going to use that as his office. And he goes, you told me, now you can go. She goes, oh, okay. So she walks out thinking, yep. That went the way I thought it would go. Okay. Right. So she leaves. And at the end, it shows Sonny come walking into the warehouse and Jason's doing inventory. Jason! And he goes, Hi, Sonny. I don't want you here. I want you gone. And Jason just looks at Sonny like, for one, are you off your meds? Right? Just looking at him like, hmm. So that conversation is gonna be real good tomorrow because Jason, that ain't gonna nudge or budge him. Now, what was interesting is Diane says my assistant with my paralegal was supposed to be here with some paperwork for you. She goes, but with the change of venue, because they were supposed to be at Bobby's, to hear they may not have wanted to come here. This is a bad neighborhood, Jason. You'll have your paperwork tomorrow. Well, what happened is the girl went to Kelly's and she saw Carly, or she asked for Diane and Jason. And she goes, oh, no, no, they're not here. We're closed. She goes, and if they're not here, they're probably, at the coffee warehouse where Jason is going to be working. I have a good idea that's where they may be. So the girl goes, oh, okay. Carly says, I'm on my way there. Why don't I take it for you? And she goes, oh, okay, that would be nice. And I thought, well, look, that's strike number one. For one thing, you never, ever give someone's private paperwork to anyone else. She don't know how close Jason and Carly are. She doesn't know that at all. She don't know that Carly even knows her way over there. Carly could be an enemy. But she handed it right on over. But see what they needed to do. Carly's driving up there and she sees a man being beaten up, on the ground, right? And she's like, hey, hey, leave him alone. Now, for one thing, yeah, she was kind of far away, but she knew that wasn't Jason. Jason don't wear no suit. And plus Jason wouldn't be down on the ground like that. As she's saying, Hunkin, leave him alone. She's opening her car door and I'm thinking, Carly, what is wrong with you? So they start running the opposite way, which actually they would have shot at her. They would have had guns. Okay. They were coming to beat or gonna beat Kate's to a pulp. They would be ready to, they would have guns just in case. And Carly would have seen them been looking down a barrel. Okay. So she gets over there and she sees, and I saw right there, that's John Cates. She turns him over. He could barely move, right? And she's like, what are you doing here in this alley 2 blocks from Corinthos Coffee Warehouse? And I'm thinking, you're trying to do some kind of surveillance on Jason. But my thing is, okay, now you're not going to try to say that Jason jumped you. Were you going to try to say that? Because Carly witnessed it and saw it was 2 people. So she goes, let's call the police. I got to call 911. No, no, no. They jumped me from behind. I didn't see him anyway. This is an FBI agent. He would be involving law enforcement and the FBI, right? Agent down, okay? So he wouldn't even let her take her to GH. So she took him back to his room at the Metro Court and she wants to get him some water and some aspirin and he's just, I could take care of myself. And she's like, oh my goodness. And I'm thinking, why are they having her now see him? I don't know. Carly is wise enough not to tell him anything. She is, but there was something odd about Kate's getting beat up like that. I smell something. Now, did Brennan? No, you know what? Perhaps Valentine put that out on him. Could have put a hit, y'all. Could have put a hit. So that was it. Other than that, just Olivia came in talking to Carly, bad mouthing Nina, saying, oh, she can't stand her. She's doing blah, blah. I said, oh, shut up. Get out of here. You really don't talk to Carly that much anyway. You were too busy keeping Nina's secret. Olivia. So that's it, everybody. That is it. I'm going to go to comment corner. Comment corner. Today, I'm going to go from the bottom up. And I could tell you right off the bat, J Girl says, let me J Girl says Christina and Sam need to deal with reality. Christina acts like her dad is a saint. Sam can't keep Danny from his dad. Cindy says, agree. Sam knew who Jason was back when they were a couple. She couldn't get enough of him. She was no saint herself. Now all of a sudden she has a completely different attitude, and Danny has a right to spend time with his dad. Questionable. And I kind of think when he does try to go around Jason, Jason's going to tell him, don't come see him. Because understand, Jason is a target. The John Cates made Jason a target, and Jason is going along with it. And because first Jason said, no, I'm not going to be a target in a town where my family and friends are. They could get hurt. He is not going to let Danny. He is not going to let Danny get close to him. And they better not do a whole Michael situation where Danny's sneaking over there, coming to that warehouse. Remember, that's where Michael got shot in the head, right? So they better not do a repeat of that. Lashunta did a phenomenally long comment. Great job, Lashunta. I'm only gonna read just a few minutes because I only got 10 minutes on Comment Corner, right? So Lashunta says, I can't stand Chrissy. She was being messy asking Carly about Nina. Josh do too much, but I love her putting Chrissy in her place. She asked and Josh gave her facts. I wish it wasn't in public. Carly can't do anything with Josh. I don't care nothing about Dex anymore, and I don't either. Because her fast, ooh, an at sign and $2 signs. I know what that is. Had no business going to get him. No, she did not. She should have left him where he was. This is on her. But name, but name one thing that wasn't true. Chrissy's got blind faith in Sonny, but not in the man who saved her from a cult. Yes, that is so true. But you know what? Most daughters do have blind faith in their fathers. Um, so anyway, but great comment, Lashunta. Everybody go back and read her whole comment. It was phenomenal. And then Lisa says, Chrissy gets on my nerves. She thinks she is so much better than everyone. Josh shouldn't have been talking so loud in the restaurant about Sonny's business and Sonny beating up Cyrus, trying to get Molly to show all the charges that were against Sonny in the past. Christina tries to make Sonny a man that does all good deeds. Jocelyn should not have done that in her mother's restaurant, whether she was right or not. Christina should have stayed out of Jocelyn and Carly's conversation. Yeah, no, but Jocelyn walked right by Christina. She knew she was talking loud. And let's think, everybody, if I hear somebody talking about my mama or my daddy, you know, let's say I like my daddy. No, I'm joking. My mama or my daddy, what am I going to do? Are you talking about my daddy? Look, you obviously are having this conversation over there with your mama. You directing it at me. Well, being woman enough to turn around and say all these things to me because you're talking loud enough because you know I can hear you, Jocelyn. Yeah. So anyway, I am says Christina equals Alexis and Joss equals Jax. That's true. They're right. They're both have diarrhea at the mouth. Christina never treated Joss as family and never liked Carly. That is true. Jocelyn should have handled Christina the way Carly did. But I love Jocelyn getting into Christina's tail. Christina is way too old to be trying to go at Jocelyn. She is a lot older than Jocelyn, a whole lot older. Act like a child, and then get treated like a child. Glad Christina isn't a lawyer. She'd love every case. Oh, she'd lose every case. Glad Jocelyn is leaving pre-med. Um, never or neither practice discretion. And you know what? Isn't that funny how fast they did have Jocelyn give up her love for medicine, I'm gonna be pre-med, really. Because I know I'm gonna need to patch my man up for the rest of my life. And his, well, now we ain't with your man. You think I forget pre-med? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, Jocelyn. Ron says, Sonny and Cyrus are about the same age. Jocelyn needs to stop all that drama. Um, something surprised. I'm surprised Carly didn't tell her to shut up. Well, remember, Christina tried to do a little dig at Carly, so I wouldn't tell her to shut up either. Donkey says, besides the fact Cyrus targeted young people with drugs, he sure did. And a lot of them were coming in that hospital dying from overdoses. Lisa says, what is Lois's problem? They're not a couple. She's acting jealous of Natalia and Sonny. And Lucy says to Lois, nail polish fumes are getting her a little wacky. Robin says, I was hoping Nina would have seen them. I know. And Hello There says, Lois is an old friend of Sunny's and he values her opinion and Sunny doesn't trust many people. He would not waste time. Oh, he would not waste his time otherwise. And then Lucy says to Hello There, Lois and Sunny go way back in Bits and Hearst. They kept each other grounded. The actress who plays Lois was very talented. She was great as Quinn on The Bold and the Beautiful soap. Yeah, actually, I did like her as Quinn. She played a good Quinn. And then Lucy said to Robin, the way Sunny is out and about drinking whiskey here and there and everywhere, it's just a matter of time when Nina will see him around. And I am says, Lois isn't jealous. She's protective of Brooklyn. Natalia is used to controlling Blaze in all aspects of her life. Lois is not the one who play with when it comes to Brooklyn. She what she can't handle, Tracy will. That is true. Brooklyn, that's gonna be something else, everybody. And then Lisa says there's no Monday show because of solar eclipse. I know I was waiting on Monday and realized it was not going to be a show. And Lucy said to Hello There. Oh, hello, recap lady. Thanks for the great recap of Friday's episode. I'm glad uh, ABC is broadcasting the solar eclipse live program on the 8th so folks can get out and watch it. Please, let me tell you something. I stay away from looking up at the sun, hoping these glasses I bought for $2.99 on a street corner are gonna work. If you did a Google, there was a news article my son told me about. You want to know what the most requested search was last night? Yesterday after after the eclipse and through last night. Why do my eyes hurt so bad? You know, you want to know how I saw the eclipse? I waited for them to air it on TV where I was not going to be affected by the rays of the sun. My eyes are too important to me. Come on, y'all. At our age, we got to be careful. They're failing anyway. We don't need to help it along. We don't need to help it along. Okay, Lucy says, oh, I just read that. Okay, Robin says, Christina is getting on my nerves. Linda says, say that. And then Brenda says, everyone on my show is getting on my nerves too. Yeah, that is so true. And then Cindy says, Chrissy and Josh have had a recent altercation about Jason and weren't on good terms. Molly wasn't sure how Carly felt about her position at the hearing. Therefore, Bobby's was an illogical choice for brunch. They could have gone to a number of other restaurants. There is Charlie's, there is the Port Charles Grills, and there is Cherie. They could have gone to any one of those. When was the last time you saw Molly and Christina eating at Bobby's or even Kelly's when it was called Kelly's? Yeah. Okay, girls. Okay. Right. And I am says, I think they wanted to test the waters with Carly, but bit off a little more than they could chew. P. Merle says, why? When were Chrissy and Molly ever that close with Carly? They weren't. If Jocelyn were anyone else, uh she would not survive putting Sonny on blast like that. Chrissy needs to butt out of everybody else's business right now. That is so, so true. Okay, everybody, let me see. That's it. I'm over my 10 minutes. Great comments, great comments. Keep it up. Comment corner is phenomenal. All right, I will be back for another daily recap of General Hospital.